And we have breaking news just coming in. Let's go straight to that information from Kabul, where Tolo News, which is a 24/7 news channel, news organization in Afghanistan, has its compound in Kabul, and the Taliban have now entered this entire compound. What we're learning is that they are seizing all government-issued weapons. Tolo News, remember, is the largest private news group in the country. It's the biggest Afghan news agency. It is now under possibly the control of the Taliban there. Nigel Walker, Communications Advisor, Norwegian Afghanistan Committee, is now joining us. Thank you for your time. Please do give us an idea about what really is happening as far as the Tolo News and Taliban's control over the news organization now is concerned.
Good afternoon. The situation this morning, very early on the streets of Kabul, was Taliban members on most corners and on the major intersections. We tried to access the airport at about 6 a.m. and within 2 blocks of our office were flagged down by a Taliban member. We were allowed to proceed, and we got as far as a big intersection by the embassy green zone in Wazir Akbar Khan, where we were told to pull over, and our translator and guide was asked to provide permission for us to go to the airport. So we had to have permission from the Taliban to leave. There were about 7 or 8 members of the Taliban there. They weren't threatening. They didn't mistreat us in any way, but they did not allow us to proceed to the airport. We were turned around and asked to provide permission and come back later that morning.
Nigel Walker, you mentioned the airport, and earlier today we've seen, in fact, pictures, horrific pictures of Afghan nationals trying to flee Afghanistan, trying to leave. Those pictures were, of course, from the Kabul airport. If you could give us an idea about the situation developing at the Kabul airport right now, also a sense of how many people have been injured in a bid to escape the country, really.
So far, I can only confirm 3 fatalities. And I believe that was this morning. Last night around, I think 9 p.m., we had friends who had made it to the airport. They had actually left earlier in the day. It took them a couple hours to get there because of traffic. They were in the airport waiting for their flight leaving to Turkey this morning. And a gunman entered the terminal. And as a result, everyone in the terminal fled out onto the runway. I think you've seen the pictures of people running across the runway. Many of those people got to the American side of the runway, and lucky they weren't shot by US military. And I believe the American people waiting for planes were taken to the military base, and the Afghan nationals and other nationals were returned to the civilian part of the terminal. This morning, there was, as you've probably seen, again, big crowds of people swarming the airport and gunfire. And as I said, it was confirmed later that 3 were injured. We attempted again to get to the airport later in the day, to the military side, and we were told that had been shut down also because of security concerns.
In Nigel Walker, in spite of assurances from the Taliban, nobody really would, buy that, especially when it comes to the safety of women and children. You mentioned there were men trying to, in fact, escape Kabul. But what about the women there?
My understanding is that everybody needs permission to leave. I don't know how that's going to plan out in the next couple of days, but I believe Afghan nationals are not allowed to leave right now, and foreigners need permission. But I'm not entirely sure on that. I can only speak from what we've been told that we must give.
All right, even as America makes an attempt to evacuate its citizens, and other countries are doing it as well. Nigel Walker, thank you for your time.